Warning. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
I would include Puerto Ricans and other minorities throughout our country, which have been similarly discriminated against, though not for so long a period of time as Negroes.
Puerto Ricans weren't enslaved. Yeah, this is a problem that stems from slavery. And this compensation, yes, sir, this compensation is coming to people who were enslaved by the white man for 400 years. The Puerto Ricans don't even fit into this picture.
Well, they do fit into it.
No,
they do fit into it.
The problem is the Negro problem. They're not lynching Puerto Ricans.
If a dark-skinned Puerto Rican went down to Mississippi, he probably would be lynched too.
Spanish, he wouldn't be lynched.
No, they don't.
It's the Negro here, and as long as he can speak Spanish or some other language, or if he ties his head up with a turban or something, he can go anywhere in Mississippi or in your home that he desires.
You're not aware of the fact, are you, that African students have been arrested in our demonstrations in the South?
When they
speak French.
When they have been mistaken for the so-called Negro in America, they've been arrested.
What?
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like, share, and if you're watching this on the playback, the hype button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description. Come to go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, welcome back. I've been waiting. I've been wanting to do this. I was actually going to do this yesterday. I pushed another broadcast to Sunday so that I can do this yesterday. However, I had to move some things around because I was able to go on our good brother Chris's, Mr. Chris, his radio show, his broadcast on his platform yesterday. And if you was not able to check it out, I'm going to put the website information into the chat here. 1 second. Put it into the chat so you guys can check out the interview that I did yesterday with our good brother, Mr. Chris. Shout out to him and shout out to Nice Radio Network. Now, since I was not able to do that yesterday or be here yesterday for this, we're going to do it today. And I don't have a lot here. You know, we're going to be able to get through it, hopefully, because I don't have much. But we do got to touch on the Tetherphere. We got to touch on the Tetherphere. We have to do so. It's been just a lot lately. You know, when it's the manosphere, when it's the womansphere, you know, we had to put a name to this too. And that's going to be the Tetherphere. It's no other way around it. It's a logical name. You know, let me start out with this here. Shout out to our good brother, Red Joker. Much love for bringing us here.
Welcome to 154, the show where we, who are part of the 54 countries of Africa, focus on one place not actually in Africa. Today we discuss foundational Black Americans. Don't move. Let's begin. Now, we could discuss the Sudan, SAF versus RSF conflict, or the Democratic Republic of the Congo, M23 and other armed groups problems, or the Sahel, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger insurgents. But instead, we will discuss why FBAs don't want us talking for them and diverting all the sweet monies to us. They need to get back in line and sleep in blissful ignorance as we take political office and bring our shanty home lifestyles to their front doors. Just tin roof and mud roads everywhere. Bushmeat wet markets on every corner. Chicago would be absolutely beautiful. It will be an Umtumbe revolution. First, we take over their music, then the entire world. Our hard work will prevail over the lazy Akatas. And when everything is said and done, finally the white man will love us and only us.
Shout out to Red Joker. Our brother is brutal. He is brutal when it comes down to this right here. I'll tell you what, family. Now, before we get into all of this, that's just a little taste. But before we get into it, let me go ahead and scroll up. Yeah, Red Joker is brutal. And give a B1 salute and shalom to Asaro. I hope I said that correctly. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Shalom to you, B1. Allah solution in the building. Much love to you, my warrior family. And shout out to the Chi-Town all day long. Our good brother Black RU is in the building. Shout out to you, my warrior brother. Our sister Black Spider is in the building. Shout out to you, my sister queen, and thank you for being here. Shalom, shalom. Our sister Val Hawkins is in the building. Shalom to you, and thank you for being here, my sister queen, as well as our sister Astarte Jones in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here, as well as Southern Breeze and our good brother Cool Keezy in the building. Shout out to the both of you, and thank you for being here. Our sister Anita Harrell is in the building. Shalom to you, and thank you for being here, as well as our sister Hurricane Nisi in the building. Much love to you, my sister queen, and thank you for being here as well. As our sister Priscilla Taylor in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here, as well as our good brother Rael in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, family. Much love to you. Our brother John's son is in the building. Shout out and shalom to you, my warrior brother, and thank you for being here. Our sister Delaney Brooks is in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here as well. Our good brother Iron Will is in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always. A little something for the collection plate. Salute, brother Church. I won't be too long. Got to get back to the dollar. I understand you, my brother. Get that money. Don't let it get you. Shout out to you, my warrior brother. As well as Cat Williams in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here as well, family. Much love, much love. Our sister Cooking with Miss D is in the building. Shout out to you, my warrior sister, and thank you for being here, as well as our good brother Antithesis in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here, my warrior brother, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior brother. And also, let me thank you for gifting 5 Church of Black Power memberships, my warrior brother. I appreciate all you do, my warrior, and thank you for your support. And let me also give a B1 salute to our sister Cassandra in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, as well as Black Rose. Much love to you, and thank you for being here as well, family, as well as Quat Man. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here. Much love. Christian Wright is in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here, my family, as well as Frida Claxton in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here. Zenobia is in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here, as well as Sister Creole in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here. And shout out to Keith Codwell. Much love to you, my warrior brother, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. And let me also give a B1 salute to Maneuver Right in the building. Much love to you, as well as A. McMill and our brother Dale in the building. Shout out to you, and thank you for being here, as well as the Ruby Runner in the building. B1 salute to each and every one of you, and shout out to those who are not in the chat, but who are watching from the background, and shout out to everybody who's going to catch this on the replay. Much love to each and every one of you. Now, let's start it off. Let's start it off, family. First and foremost, we got to talk about Tasha K and how things expeditiously have advanced, because the funny thing to me is, before she even came out with the first video and before she came out with the second video, I already anticipated this happening, because I follow the sister who kicked this all off. And really, she didn't kick it off, right? But really, she made a video asking the simple question because Tasha K got on live on TikTok, and apparently someone in her chat, and shout out to our sister Only Pamela's way in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, my sister. Thank you for being here. Now, someone in her chat asked her, what do you think about FBA? And she said, oh, you trying to get me in trouble. So basically, she didn't want to speak on it. And that's cool. If you shouldn't want to speak on something that you have no prior knowledge of, so you say, or you shouldn't be speaking on the lineage of a group of people who can get you, X'd out of your career. You know what I mean? We can get you canceled. We can elevate you. That's the power that we have at Foundationals. And a lot of people don't understand that too much. And I agree with this statement here too. I agree with this statement. Tasha K is playing in our faces. She knows all about FBA. She's grifting off controversy. And I believe that too. Don't get me wrong. We're going to get into it. But my point is this. Her first statement was the correct statement to make. Just leave us the hell alone. That's all you have to do. And now people are catching hell left and right. Namely, her. Apparently, she lost over 30,000 subscribers after she thought she was going to come out and say what she said. Oh, yeah. And she made sure to post it on her X account and write those words verbatim, whether you like it or not. She said what she said. So we're going to say what we got to say. And we're going to do it here today. So let's start out with the video clip that got all of this popping off. Shout out to my sister Cut Up. Let's go here. Come on. There we go.
Now, I wondered this for myself because Tasha K is married to a scratcher of the butt, right? So she live right now. I don't know what time it is. I'm just scrolling through the herd, getting a little word. So I wondered if Tasha K, how she felt about the FBA shit. Somebody just hit her up and said, how you feel about FBAs? And what she say? You trying to get me in trouble. How, Sway? Like, this is my point with my Negroes, with my niggas, with my black folks in America, the indigenous Americans. We was here before anybody. I'm gonna get some money in my hand itching. Thank you, Jeebus. You can't ride the line, bitch. Either you black American for black American rights, or you fighting for immigrant rights. You're married to a scratcher of the butt, and you thought that was a great thing. And back in the day, probably it was a great thing to be married to an African as a black American. But if her husband gets deported, is she going with him? Is she gonna leave America if they deport her husband? Because yeah, they married, you know what I'm saying? He married to her and whatnot and whoopty bang. But just say, what if something happens where Tasha K husband gets deported or gets sent back to Africa with his mama and them? Is she going back, or is she gonna keep her black ass in America as a black American? I'm just wondering. But somebody just asked her how she feel about FBA, and the answer that she gave me said she's straddling the fence. So it is what it is.
Shout out to our sister Cut Up. Now, here's the thing. I love Cut Up because, she's hilarious. She is hilarious. But she called him a scratcher of the butt. So what? It's just clowning. It's a little roasting, and people getting too offended by African booty scratcher as if it's actually a term that's been used to segregate or colonize their people. It isn't. And they have a lot more derogative terms for us. So, you know, when she says scratcher of the butt, I take it for what it is. It is her jokingly tossing in something to make us laugh, while at the same time asking a very serious question. You know, are you straddling the fence because you're married to an African? And I actually touch on this in my book, and it should be coming out. And I discussed this yesterday as well. It should be here hopefully by December. I'm finishing up on my edits right now. But I speak about how the name of the book, in case those who don't know, it's called Willie Lynch 2.0. It's called Upgrading the System, right? So it's basically saying, it's touching on all the things that segregate foundational Black Americans from each other. And one of the things that I touch on in the book is interracial and or interethnic dating and marriage. Because here's the thing. When it comes to being in an interracial marriage or interracial or interethnic marriage, if you love that person, you're going to defend them. That's just natural. That's just what's going to happen, right? So if you're married to an African, 9 times out of the 10, when you hear people talking bad about Africans, you're going to shut it down because you're married to an African. If you're married to a Latino, when you see people talking bad about Latinos, no matter what the Latino did, you're going to turn around and try to stand up for Latinos. And this is the problem. And as I state, I don't care about who chooses who. If you choose to marry anybody outside of your race or outside of your ethnic group, that's not my business. I'm not the bedroom police. What I am trying to highlight is usually what happens is the person who marries these people tend to take on their thinking. They tend to take on their attributes when it comes down to their experience. And they completely forget or negate the foundational Black American experience while doing so. Now, this might not be everybody, but there's more than enough examples of this to even entertain this. There's more than enough examples to make this hypothesis into a logical running theory. This is what you're getting from a lot of folks with this delineation movement. A lot of folks who are who, if they are foundational, they're married to somebody who's not, their children aren't, or well, their children would be if they're foundational, but they're married to somebody who isn't, they came from somebody who isn't, or, you know, this is the problem with the delineation, because they're like, how can I delineate from my family? Or how can I delineate from the people I grew up with? You know, this is what tears these people apart. Insert Tasha K. And Tasha K, and this is another reason why I tell people who ask me, hey, did you hear that apology she did? And I tell them, yeah, so what? I don't accept it. And somebody told me, it was like, why? She apologized and she seems sincere. Well, as she says right here, you might agree or disagree, but she said what she said. Now, this is her posting this. This ain't somebody else. So she said what she said, and she meant it. So we're going to get into what she said. Shout out to our sister Aquarius Minded in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen, and thank you for being here. And shout out to our sister Mrs. TT in the building. Much love to you, my warrior sister, and thank you for being here. And thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior sister. And a B1 salute and shalom to our good brother Zavon Scott in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, my warrior brother. And thank you for your gifts. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as well, my warrior brother, as well as our good brother Brian Fuller in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here. Thank you. Excuse me. And thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, warrior brother. Apology denied. Let me add extra denied on there. Get it up out of here, coach. Now, let's get into it, shall we?
They called my husband an African booty scratcher.
Now, family, just like I just showed you the video of Cut Up, the person who she's actually referring to, she tried to, before she got to this point, she actually was going to play the video, but she heard the Erykah Badu instrumental in the background, and she basically didn't want to play it. Understandable. Well, I played it because I can just remove the background if necessary. However, she knows it's only one person who called her husband the scratcher of the butt. But she is deliberately being deceptive by saying they called my husband the scratcher of the butt. There was only one person. One person. This isn't an ongoing joke that everybody was going around doing. We wasn't going around telling each other the same joke. You know, Tasha K, her husband's the scratcher of the butt. Oh, yeah, I knew she was married to a scratcher of the butt. It's not a thing, and it wasn't what was going on. So what she just did was deliberately and willfully try to be deceptive. Why not just address the one person who called your husband the scratcher of the butt? Because you've already had these thoughts about foundational Black Americans. You just didn't want to say it. So now, one sister come out, talk about your husband. She ain't say nothing about your kids. Nobody said anything about your kids. So now you go on to your platform and try to willfully and just outright deceptively deceive people. Lie. And I can't say I'm surprised because of the type of show that you have. This is one of the reasons why I said I can never really like Tasha K whatsoever. Her whole style of content is just beneath me. But let's get into what else she had to say. I'm just saying the first lie was simple as that. The first lie was just as simple as that. Instead of saying this woman who is an FBA said this about my husband, she made sure to say they called my husband a scratcher of the butt, an African booty scratcher. I'm with you there. I've listened in passing, right? Like I've seen clips and I'm like, who the hell would listen to that? It's like Wendy Williams all over again, but just more decrepit. And then, you know, she's the show is all about winos. She's drinking on the show. She calls her fans and patrons winos. You know, it's not something that really I'm into. If it works for her, fine. But, you know, I like a higher brow of content, if that makes any sense. But let's get back into it. Shout out to my brother Cool Keezy. Exactly, ratchet. Very ratchet. Did she provide any receipts? I don't think she provided any receipts beyond telling people exactly what it was or exactly what it is. Shout out to my brother Damon Reeves in the building. Shalom, and thank you for being here, as well as our good brother still Kevin Trees. Much love to the both of you, Kevin. Damon said, Wendy who? You know, Wendy Williams. Shout out to Free Falling Cali in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here as well. Let's continue.
They said that I cannot speak on the foundational Black American movement because I'm
right there. The foundational Black American movement. What movement are you talking about, ma'am? Foundational Black American is quite literally just an ethnic term. Delineation is our movement. So right off the bat, she comes with a deliberate lie, and then she follows it up with another deliberate lie. Remember, she said what she said. Let's continue.
Married to a booty scratcher. Here's what I think about the FBA movement and any other movement that has to do with Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite, Dr. Umar Johnson.
What is Young Pharaoh, Umar Johnson, or Polite has to do with foundational Black Americans? Pharaoh is somewhere with fucking cat goddamn nails on, drugged out of his mind. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's what he's on. And he ain't talking nothing about foundational Black Americans. That's for one. Number two, Polite is locked up some damn where, and he wasn't talking about foundational Black Americans. He's a Pan-African. And so is Dr. Umar. And he only speaks about foundational Black Americans to disrespect us. To try to convince the world that it doesn't make sense that we say we're not African. So what the hell does either one of them folks have to do with foundational Black Americans? Let's continue.
All of these movements that y'all look up to, all these men, okay, that I guess guide you to help elevate your consciousness.
What? Family, I see I have to explain this for the idiots in the back of the classroom. I thought that the idiots didn't want to come in today, but the idiots are here. So let me explain this to the idiots in the back of the classroom. Whether you are into the conscious movement or not, if you're a foundational Black American, you're a foundational Black American. Whether you want to elevate your consciousness or not, that doesn't change your lineage. Whether you want to participate in politics or not, that doesn't change your lineage. Whether you want to go out there and stomp for illegals or not, that doesn't change your lineage. So I don't understand why she would even say anything about elevating consciousness when that has nothing to do with what's going on here. Just like Polite, Dr. Umar, and Pharaoh has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on here. Very weird. Shout out Mrs. Denise Hood Tactics Williams in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, as well as our brother Nito Swan in the building. Much love to you. Let's continue.
What I would say about the FBA movement, it's no different than the KKK.
Nigga, please.
Did you take a stupid pill with your breakfast this morning, Admiral?
Family, can you name me the tether that we put a burning cross in front of their house? Can you name me a tether that we've lynched after leaving church on a Sunday afternoon, taking pictures of them and sending them around to our family and friends as postcards? Can you name me a situation where we're bombing a tether church? I can't think of any. I'm trying to catch the comparison here. My sister Miss Nisi says it. None come to mind. I mean, I'm trying to figure out. Let's just give her the benefit of the doubt on this. Let's do a 1-to-1 comparison to a lineage versus a terrorist group. Let's do a 1-to-1 comparison from a lineage to a terrorist, domestic terrorist organization. Have we chased anybody down and strung them up in any trees in front of our children, took pictures with the children smiling, laughing? I can't think of any. We don't have sundown towns for tethers. Let me say that again for the idiots in the back of the classroom like Tasha. We do not have sundown towns for tethers. We don't go to these rallies, lynch a tether in hooded garb, and then after take off the hooded garb and go back to being doctors, lawyers, police officers, ICE agents. When you talk about the KKK, you better damn sure speak about everything that they were doing to us. While you sitting here trying to use their name to compare them to the very same people that they were torturing. All to protect your scratcher of the butt husband. You said what you said, right? Good. Let's continue.
Meant to divide, meant to separate you, to isolate you, to have you looking at other races that look like you and hate.
I'm going to run that back because I want y'all to hear what she's saying. Once again, I want it to be very clear.
You looking at other races that look like you and hating them for no reason. That is the same foundation and principles that the Ku Klux Klan build themselves on.
No, it wasn't. And let me be very clear. We're not built off division. We're built off of ethnic pride and a protection of that ethnic pride and culture and heritage and lineage. When have Tasha K ever compared Jamaicans to the KKK? Haitians to the KKK, or any other group that comes over here and wave their dirty little flag on American soil? When? I can answer that for you, and shout out to Brenda Thomas in the building. Not never. Ever. Shout out View Stars and Sharice in the building. Much love to the both of you, as well as our sister Black Rose and Crooks is in the building. Shout out to all of you and thank you all for being here. Let's continue.
Which is protecting their whiteness, their pureness, not knowing that they are not pure. It's a lie. And I don't get involved in these types of conversations because it's ridiculous.
What do you mean we're not pure? We never said we're pure. See, that's a definition of somebody who don't understand what foundational Black Americans is. It is an umbrella term that describes any Black person whose lineage stems back before the United States was a country here in America. So you have free Blacks, you have indigenous Blacks, and you have the little 388 that was brought here that went through the ethnogenesis. So when you talk about foundational Black Americans, we are pure foundational. Unlike your scratcher of the butt husband. Continue.
It is very unintelligent to talk about.
What the f does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Did this woman talk about unintelligent? Ma'am, have you watched your own show? I've only seen clips and I was sick to my stomach. What are you talking about? Unintelligent. Pot meat kettle. It is just as black as you. It gets just as hot as you. It can boil water just like you. What the hell are you talking about, Tasha? Unintelligent. You mean like the spat that you and Cardi B was going about, back and forth about? You mean how it was unintelligent of you to not have insurance at the time, and now you got to spend millions of dollars out of your own pocket to pay the woman? Allegedly. You see, Tasha, that's what you should have did right there when you was talking about Cardi, you know, say allegedly, so you couldn't get sued, you know. Just saying. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
To even speak on that, I would deny my own children, my own grandfather, my own mother, just to protect what? A movement?
Who said anything about your children or your mother? Who said anything about your children or about your mother at all? The question at hand was, if your scratcher of the butt husband got deported, would you leave or would you stay? Who has your allegiance? And here's the thing. We understand that you have children by this man. We don't bring children into the fold. That is not a foundational Black American thing to do. Unless you got like mental health issues or something like that. I mean, and even then, that's beyond their control. So you're making a straw man argument, all for nothing. Continue.
Y'all don't put food on my plate? Y'all don't pay none of my bills?
Really? Maybe this is why you lost that 30,000 subscribers. Just maybe. Because those people are putting food on your plate. Those people are paying your bills. And honestly, shout out to those people. Because she clearly thought that the foundationals who are subscribed to her or who were subscribed to her, she clearly thought that she could be disrespectful and they would sit there and take it. And they would applaud it and agree with it. That's what she clearly thought. And they showed her, hey, no more. We're done with you here. You've shown us your tether ways. We're done with you here. And see, Tasha, you could have came out and addressed this situation without being such a huge tether in the situation. See, tethers love to lie. Tethers love to admit information. That's why you're getting the tether title. You could have came out and said, you know what? I've seen this video clip of this woman who's an FBA. She says that my husband is a scratcher of the butt. Now, I don't agree with that. And I don't agree with, her bringing my family into a situation. But here's the thing. Who are you? I don't know you. You don't know me. We don't know us. See, if you would have just addressed her personally, one-on-one, none of this would have ever happened. But see, you didn't know that foundational Black Americans had the reach that we do. And I'm not naive. You're a gossip columnist. Well, that's a stretch on the word columnist, but you're a gossip content creator. You're not going to fool me into thinking that you knew nothing about what foundational Black Americans is. You're not going to fool me into thinking that you didn't know what an FBA was until recently. Exactly, my brother. She thought it was good money. She thought it was good money. And she's finding out. Yeah, all money ain't good money. Let's continue.
Now sitting in living rooms with bonnets on, causing division because you angry, trying to be accepted no different than a gang on gang crime when you got them little boys in Chicago or any other city.
Did she just bring up black on black crime in Chicago? Black on black crime in Chicago. So now you're doing whataboutisms. That's what's happening here. She said that we're just sitting online with bonnets on. That's how you know she's talking about my homegirl there. Shout out to Cut Up, because Cut Up had her bonnet on. Shout out to her. Sitting there mad and angry with bonnets on, no different than the gang. And well, when Haitians are running around waving their Haitian flag, are they no different than a gang? Your husband, the scratcher of the butt. I don't know what country he's from, but I'm sure he runs around and he talks about his country like he's hella proud of it. Is he sounding like a gang? Or a gang member? When Caribbeans have their carnival, does that look like gang activity? Like I said, these people are so far gone. It's ridiculous. Shout out Gloria Reed in the building, as well as Hard Times. Our good brother Reparations Nation. Pay FBA. 400 PV. And JJ in the building. Much love to each and every one of you. And thank you all for being here, as well as the black man called Preston in the building. Shout out to each and every one of you. Oh, you think he's from Mali? Well, if he's riding around with a Mali flag, I guarantee you she's not going to say, honey, put the flag down. You look like a gang member. You look like a gang member. They're no different from the gangs. The black on black crimes in Chicago. Shout out Only Us in the building as well.
Taking each other out over what? Just because you look different? You said something, now we got adults actually doing this?
We have an announcement. Jar Jams has...
Move past this. I don't know what the hell happened here. Oh, well. That's it for that clip there. Shout out More Than Trophies in the building. Thank you for your comment here. She kind of scammed y'all because she dropped the wine and got the free promo. It was a play, I think. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think anybody bought that damn wine. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't think anybody bought that damn wine. And if somebody did, it most likely was the goddamn Tethers and the goddamn Nabiscos that follow her. Don't get it confused. I guarantee you Foundationals didn't buy that shit. But thank you for your comment, family. It could be a play all she wants, but we ain't playing, and that's what's going to mess her up. Shout out to Mississippi Macho in the building. Much love to you, my brother, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your gift. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. Shout out to Payroll in the building. Much love to you, my warrior brother. Church, I think Flacco gave a play after, after the roly-poly collab. She miscalculated severely. Absolutely. But she's trying to get clicks. Yeah, and like I said, all money ain't good money. All clicks ain't good clicks either. I guarantee you that much. And she's going to figure that out. Now, I want to pull this down because, a sister called in. Shout out to our FBA queens because I love that sister for what she had to say. Now, there's another clip going around. It's about 2 minutes, but it doesn't really get into the meat of what the sister was saying. So I'm going to play the clip that I have, and then I'll play the clip of the 2 minutes that is going around. But let's go here first. Like I said, shout out to that sister, because that FBA queen came in with some heat.
Very, very strong point. And so you and I can agree on something. So there's a movement going on, whether it's an organization, and you guys have a lot of teachers.
Notice how she already been told, the sister had already told her, it is not a movement, it is just a lineage. And as soon as she goes to respond to this woman, and the reason why I didn't involve that clip, because this clip, it still shows more than enough than what you need to see. But her first reactional response is to go back to calling it a movement or organization. That's how I know that somebody's in her ear telling her this. Most likely it's Flacco. Because that's the type of stuff that Flacco has been doing. Flacco knows it's not a goddamn organization. He knows it's a lineage. He done sat down with Tariq several times over to talk about it. So my thing is, she probably been talking to Flacco, and Flacco is the one putting that in her ear. And that's why she keeps going back to organization or movement. Shout out to our good brother Torian Reigns, reloaded in the building. Much love to you, my warrior brother, and thank you for being here as always. Let's continue.
And from what I've seen with this foundational Black American movement, it's been very discriminatory towards me from the beginning.
Family, I haven't heard anybody who speaks on or really talk about anything in the new Black media. I haven't heard anybody mention Tasha K. Not once. And if I have, it's been in passing when they're talking about that whole situation that she went through with Cardi B and that lawsuit. But nobody honed in on her family. Nobody talked about her husband. Nobody, even in my last broadcast when I did the breakdown of her and Flacco getting together, someone put it into the chat that she's married to an African. I said, oh, she's married to an African? Okay, that makes sense. But I wasn't sitting there calling him all kind of tethers or anything like that. I wasn't. So when she says that this movement has been discriminatory towards her from the beginning, I like to see some sort of clips, some sort of evidence, something to show what she's talking about. Now, I've already showed y'all cut-ups video, and the woman that she's specifically referring to. So it can't just be her. She can't just be addressing her when she's saying the whole group of people who are FBAs have been discriminatory towards me from the beginning. What are you talking about? Show and prove. Tasha Lion. That's I'm gonna be honest with you. That should be your nickname, Tasha Lion.
You can't say, hold on, let me, because I let you speak.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
And you made a strong point. Mm-hmm. I don't hear women like you speaking about it because it is labeled as another organization.
I thought you didn't know nothing about it. Who labeled it? Where'd you get this description of foundational Black Americans from? If you can answer that question, maybe we could get to the crux of the whole situation. Maybe we could get down into the deep, darkest dirt of the foundation so we can understand why exactly you keep harboring back to this being an organization. Beyond your scratcher of the butt husband.
Not a lineage. It hasn't been taught to me like that. I don't even look at it because I
agree with you.
And you made a strong point. I I don't hear women like you speaking about it because it is labeled as another organization, not a lineage. It hasn't been taught to me like that. I don't even look at it because
you know you done messed up, right? It hasn't been taught to me like that. So how was it taught to you, and who taught it to you? Like I said, somebody's in her ear. Somebody's feeding her this.
I've already labeled it. It is something to divide us. That's why I want another organization, not a lineage. It hasn't been taught to me like that. I don't even look at it because I've already labeled it. It is something to divide us.
I don't even look at it like that because I already labeled it. It is something to divide us. I don't even look at it like that because I already labeled it. It's something to divide us. How are you going to tell somebody that you don't look at their lineage being their lineage because you decided to label it something? Because you decided that it's there to divide us. But yet, your husband's African and the whole damn continent is divided. The whole continent is divided. The Caribbeans is divided. So when you say, I decided that it's to divide us, who the hell are you to make that decision? You don't go to the so-called Native Americans. You don't go to Putin's Mexicans, the Siberians, and say, you know what? Yeah, you all should just call yourselves Indians and strip yourselves of these tribes because your tribe labels, the Cherokee, the Apache, all that is just there to divide you. They'll run you off the reservation. And they'll do it violently. You don't go to anywhere that Spain conquered and say, you all should just call yourselves Spaniard because, calling yourself Puerto Rican or Mexican or any of that, that right there, that's a division. I decided that is to divide you. Because they will run you off. So what makes you think that you can speak to us in that manner? That, you can make the decision that it's dividing, it's divisive. So you won't even look at our lineage as a lineage. And these people wonder why they get in trouble.
That's why I wanted that, and that's why I wanted.
I'm just saying.
That's why I wanted to call in. Yeah.
Because this is not something that's taught in schools or universities.
But they teach our history. Ain't a thing in this country. No. Ain't a thing in this country that has not been impacted by Black Americans. And I'm sorry, Tasha, I love you to death. But a melanated person who came across that border on a 14th Amendment or who choose to come here, they're not the same as us. And let me be clear, not everybody who is an FBA actually was enslaved. Some of them were free. So I think it's very important for us to learn our history and understand that. And I think you feel attacked by the idiots that did what they did or said what they said to you, but I refuse to sit here. And my issue with some of them is they don't admit what their people do. If you go back into the 90s, the movie Sugar Hill, it'll show you where some of them have literally told themselves, or they're taught, and I have family who have said this, who married in, they are taught to be against Black Americans. They are taught these pejorative terms. So no, I don't want you to call your husband anything, because I think he's a very nice person. I love the business that y'all built. And your kids, let's be clear, if you are FBA, I don't tell people what to identify. That's another thing I think where we go wrong. We're telling people that they're American Indian or they're whatever. You are whatever you identify with, and I identify with FBA, and that is a lineage. So you're looking at the people who you don't like, I guess, that's around it, and that's fine. I respect that. You don't have to like all of them. I don't like all of them.
And here's the thing. Yeah. I'm not saying that I don't even like the people. I just don't like the organization.
There is no organization. Notice how this sister quite literally broke it down for her and made her understand, or made sure she could understand, and she's being willfully obtuse. That is what Tasha K is doing. She is being willfully obtuse. She knows there's no organization, but yet she keeps going back and calling it an organization, calling a lineage an organization. It's not that I don't like the people, it's the organization. There is no organization, so you're saying in turn, that you do not like the people. You cannot separate us because 1 out of the 50 million people in the United States who are foundational Black American says something that you don't like. And just because you don't call yourself foundational Black American, you don't have the authority to go around and decide what is and what isn't. They taught this in school. They never taught this in school. So damn what? They never taught a bulk of our history in school. But you know who they did teach about? People like Shirley Chisholm. Who is a tether. Family, I digress for a quick second, but it won't be that long. I'm rereading Unbothered and Unbossed. Excuse me, not Unbothered and Unbossed. Unbought and Unbossed. It's the name of Shirley Chisholm's book. And in the first couple of chapters, she's speaking about the Bohemians. And she's speaking about how prideful they are, how hardworking they are. And when you get into what she's saying, she was practicing delineation. She was saying the Bohemians was the most intelligent and the most hardworking out of any of the Caribbeans. And they brag about how they were freed before the majority of the other islands in the Caribbean. This is Shirley Chisholm. So what's the problem with all of you all doing it? But when we do it, it's an issue. Let's continue.
But it's
so
not
there's an organization online that's representing FBA, and this is the shit that they're spewing.
There is no organization online. There's a bunch of people online with different opinions, different thought processes, and different ways to go about things. There is no organization. Ain't nobody paying dues. There are no meetings. We don't meet up once a month or once an annual quarter. So the argument that you're making is a moot point. And that's why folks are really getting on their head. And that's why people really just unsubscribe, because you can tell you cannot play with our intelligence. Vocally disrespecting us is one thing, because then we have the opportunity to respond to it. But playing with our intelligence is a whole nother kind of disrespect. And none of us are willing to take that crap.
What you've just preached, but the shit and the hatred that they're spewing, of course I'm going to feel some type of way towards that organization, because I do believe that people should be allowed to, be who they want to be, express how they want to be expressed, whether we agree with it or not. Do I believe in the trans movement? Absolutely not. Do I believe in respect?
What the hell does the trans movement have to do with foundational Black Americans? Notice how she keeps trying to compare foundational Black American lineage to things that people push due to ideology. We ain't got nothing to do with the trans movement. That is a question of mental health. Well, at least in my opinion. But she is quite literally trying to compare people saying, this is who we are, respected as such, to a group of people who's trying to change quite literally the way the good Lord made them, and then make everybody live in the illusion or mental health issue that they live in, the psychoses that they live in. Straight up agent tactics. I agree with you 100% fold right there. 100% fold.
Of individuality, absolutely. But I'm not going to sit here and show any type of regard towards an organization that's been discriminatory towards me and my children. So why would I embrace it?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Again, family, nobody's mentioned this woman's children at all. At all. But yet she keeps on trying to attach that talking point to the conversation because she's trying to throw a stain on our name. She's trying to put smut out there.
You also should understand that they have been, some of them, not, I would never say all, some of these Africans are discriminatory toward us. When you get,
well, listen, and when that's done, I correct that too. I wouldn't be with this African man. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I deal with things on if it's an isolated situation, yes, but I'm talking about videos that are being made. I'm even talking about some of the comments right now that I'm reading.
Family, have you ever seen Tasha K come out to make a video telling the Africans to stop disrespecting foundational Black Americans? We're the reason why they're here or anything like that? I've never seen it. Because that's not her content. Her content is gossip. So now that it's knocking on her door and they said, oh, you don't want to answer? Well, I'm going to knock harder. All of a sudden, you can make videos like this. I see it in the chat and I must oblige.
Send in the clowns.
Drop her. She's not for us. Is it us or is it a lineage? Because I see.
What? Is it us or is it a lineage? We could use us when referring to our lineage. What is going on here? What is this woman talking about? If foundational Black Americans are speaking about ourselves, us would be a proper term to use. Why is she acting as if us and lineage are oxymoronic terms to each other? This woman is quite literally stupid in the head. Stupid in the damn head. Continue.
The way it's being educated is that it's a group of people that just want to protect the foundational Black American and the rights and everything that we're owed.
Okay. What's wrong with wanting to protect foundational Black American lineage, heritage, and culture, as well as the blood debt that's owed to us? What's wrong with that? Where is the logic in saying that's a hate group? A people who is a part of that lineage wanting to protect what that lineage has built, the wins that lineage has put on the board. While all these other different people from other lineages are coming over here and leeching off of those same rights while disrespecting us. Why wouldn't we say, hey, what the hell is wrong with you people? We're not supposed to have ethnic pride. We're not supposed to have love for each other. We're supposed to be the divisive amongst ourselves. Notice, before we shut down the Democratic Party, how was everybody running around talking about Black folk? Black people just can't come together. We can't get together to save our lives. Foundational Black Americans is the core example of sticking together. And when they see us sticking together, here they come trying to make it seem like we're a hate group for wanting to not just stick together, but protect what we've done in this country. It's because when we are standing on business, these folks have to deal with the actual truth of the matter. That foundationals has the power to make or break you. So now, is it us or is it a lineage? It's both.
That's how it's being put out there. But the way that you explained it, I don't think it's being taught this. I don't think it's ever been taught this way.
Well,
and I'm seeing more hate than I'm seeing actual education on the topic.
Who the hell? We don't. Tethers, come to the front of the class right here, right now. I want y'all center tenfold right now. Who the hell ever told y'all that we're required to educate you all? See, you people are sounding more and more like the white supremacists as the day goes by. We're not required to educate you whatsoever. You're required to educate your damn selves. If we decide to go hard on every person that speaks down about us, then that's our decision to make. If we decide to sit the person down and educate them, that's our decision to make. But nobody is owed an audience to us. Nor is nobody owed our time and patience to sit there and have to educate you people. The education should have started before you stepped on American soil. That's when the education should have started. Exactly, my sister. But yeah, she says that we sound like the KKK.
What my thing is, I haven't heard you say anything about what they do as well. I didn't.
You mean Africans?
Said no, it's both. You didn't say anything about them.
We talk about Jews. We talk about everybody.
You do that. Yes, you do that. But as far as them calling us an Akata, no, I think I'm gonna just be honest.
I've never even heard that word, ma'am, until now.
Nigga, please.
You tell me you run a successful gossip site. And successful is a strong word, but it's known. Like I said, I knew who she was. I didn't like her, but I knew who she was. You run a popular, it's probably a better term. You run a popular gossip site. You telling me you've never heard the word Akata? Your husband is African and you're telling me you never heard the word Akata? Do any of you believe her? But I can damn sure tell you, because I can damn sure tell you, I damn sure don't believe that. Nope. Okay. It's not just me. Okay. I just want to make sure it's not just me.
Look it up.
I will look it up. I've never heard that word.
It is a word, and I didn't learn about it until I didn't learn about it.
Here's the thing, and see, you're judging Africans based off of that, like an Akata. It's like black on black crime.
There she goes, taking it back to black on black crime. This is the second time that she took it back to black on black crime. Also, family, I want you to notice something. The argument that she just made to the sister, she says, well, that was one person and y'all judging the whole of off of one person. But yet all this was started off a cut up. One woman calling your husband the scratcher of the butt and asking you if you would move if he was deported. All of this. And now FBA is a hate group. All you know and all that people are taught is FBA is a hate group and they're divisive and they're just dividing black people. They're like the KKK. They're over here black on black criming. But you just did the exact same thing. And now you're trying to shame this sister for what she just said when you quite literally just did the same thing off of one person. And then you fabricated all this other nonsense talking about people talking about my children and this, that, and the third when nobody said nothing about your children. Nothing. Cut up called your husband the scratcher of the butt, and you out here taking it out on all of us. And you thought you were going to get away with it. And that's what you get for thinking, because we see that's not your best area. Clearly, especially due to this conversation, this clearly shows me that's not your area of expertise.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're not white in America or anywhere, you're a problem. So I feel like all of us need to band together.
I
just don't agree with organizations like this. I'm sorry, like, and I get it. Like, I can respectfully agree and disagree. You made some very, very strong points, but the way it's being taught, especially amplified, even I've been a victim of it. I'm like, no, this is not something that I'm proud to join. Just like I can't send my kids to church without me worried about if a pastor gonna take advantage of them. I don't believe in church, but I believe in God. I don't believe in FBA organization, but I believe in Black people and foundational Black Americans. I do, but I'm just not going to get behind what y'all are, and not you, because the way you explain it is different. But a lot of what they're teaching.
Well, I didn't ask you to get behind it because I figured I'm gonna tell you now. I can figure you ain't gonna like it because your husband is African, and the issue, a lot of it is.
So you do agree.
All right. So here is the 2-minute clip that has been going around. But I wanted to play that one first to show you the mindset of this woman. And she said what she said. So any apologies after saying what she said means nothing to me. Especially when you double down in that very same apology. Let's go here.
No, because you're upset that you think that I'm attacking you or whatever. And no, but I will say this. It's not divisive. You just haven't met all.
This woman is a sociopath. She opened up a fan, and the fan got a bunch of faces, and all of them is hers. She got her family in the middle. At least that's there. But damn it. That's wild. That is wild. Let me just continue.
All of us. Now, what I won't do, I appreciate everybody, but what you're not going to do, and that's as far as Africans, they have pejorative terms for us as a group. We have been known as an Akata, a Jank, a Yankee, all these things, and that has been over the years, even in the 60s, 70s, and before that.
Yep.
A person who ran across that border today and anchored themselves here by the 14th Amendment that was meant for the babies of slaves is not the same. That is a melanated immigrant. Everybody originated from Africa. Let's understand that, everybody, including white people. But if it's divisive for some FBA to label their lineage, then it's just as divisive when nobody says anything about, oh, they're Bahamian American or they're Caribbean American. It's not the same thing. There is a difference. We all were enslaved, but there is a difference from us and a boat stop. And that's only offensive because we're telling the truth. For years, a lot of these people, not all, because I don't classify all, even though you're sitting here classifying all FBA as the same. No, ma'am. All of us are not. But what they're not going to do is sit up here and disrespect us. And I hear you saying that some FBA can be disrespectful to Africans. I will admit that. But I haven't heard you once say, because you labeling all of us, that some of them call us a Jareer, an Akata, cotton picker, all these things. Let's be clear. Your boat stop, we all have a boat stop. That's damn true. That's very true. But you left your boat stop to come to this boat stop. We had an ethnogenesis. We are different. If it's not wrong for someone to label themselves as Caribbean American and they left their boat stop or their parents came here and anchored them here with that 14th Amendment, it's not divisive. Now, I get it. Those.
Like I said, shout out to that sister. I'm gonna be honest with you. She came to that sister with love. You can tell. She came to that sister with love, and she shouldn't. And by she, I'm talking about Tasha K. She shouldn't take that, and she shouldn't have taken that for granted. Because now, with all that, what happened next was hilarious as well to me. So let's go back to the woman that started it all, our sister Cut Up, and see her response to Tether K. Let's go here.
Hey, did y'all hear that somebody made Tasha KKK mad at the FBA because they called her husband a scratcher of the booty? Tasha, come on, girl. We just want to know how black you are. You blackity black. Like somebody made your ass itch, didn't they? So I seen it. Thank you for the repost. Thank you for the shout out. Somebody said, who called your husband an African booty scratcher? I don't know who called your husband an African booty scratcher. I called your husband a scratcher of the butt. And I guess that made your ass itch because now you got to stand on your shit. How many followers are you losing now because you said the FBA is the KKK? Tasha KKK hating on the FBA.
Shout out to our sister. God dang it. Like I said, that's why I didn't have a problem playing the video at all. I wanted y'all to know who said what and what was said. She said, God dang it. That's right. You, whoever said I said it, in the words of our good brother Black Alpha. Shout out to him. God dang it. So I knew she would be proud to, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and get that video out there. You know, so I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and put my sister on full display. You dig me? And then she straightened the situation out. She said, somebody called your husband an African booty scratcher. I never called your husband an African booty scratcher. I said that he is a scratcher of the butt. That is something totally different. I didn't even put African in there. Shout out the cut up, damn it. Shout out the cut up. Like I said, family, she should have just left it alone when she had the opportunity to. But when she came out lying, like the liar she is, oh yeah, that set off a whole slew of people in the grassroots. And yeah, when you get foundationals pissed off, you might as well start ducking for cover because you guaranteed to catch some strays. And you're lucky that we're not the type of people to talk about your children because it would seem like there would be some good content if we wanted it to be. But let's get into some of the grassroots, shall we? Let's get to the fam. Let's go here.
They called my husband an African booty scratcher. Here's what I would say about the FBA movement. It's no different than the KKK. Meant to divide, meant to separate you, to isolate you, to have you looking at other races that look like you and hating them for no reason.
Oh, looks like that's another follower gone, Tasha. That's another follower gone. But let's continue.
Called my husband an African booty scratcher. They said that I cannot speak on the foundational Black American movement because I'm married to a booty scratcher. Here's what I think about the FBA movement and any other movement that has to do with Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite, Dr. Umar Johnson, all of these movements that y'all look up to, all these men, okay? What I would say about the FBA movement, it's no different than the KKK. Meant to divide, meant to separate you, to isolate you, to have you looking at other races that look like you and hating them for no reason. That is the same foundation and principles that the Ku Klux Klan build themselves on.
I just want to say this. First of all,
before we get into what our brother had to say here, hey, Michael. Hey, Michael. What's the goal of a Jamaican? What's the goal of a Haitian besides coming over here and taking Black American resources? Using their black skin in order to, blend in while disrespecting Black Americans. What's the goal beyond that? What's the goal for Dominicans? Whenever people say things like this, once again, they show their damn ignorance. Because there are many FBAs that have many goals. Many of us who like to see our people end up with reparations and things like that. But there are some that has absolutely no goals. And regardless of whether we do or whether we don't, we're still foundational at the end of the day. So you can take that talking point and shove it with respect. Now let's get back over to our good brother, Hood Smart.
You can't go against FBA. It sounds ridiculous. Whenever someone says fuck FBA, who are you saying fuck to? Who are you saying fuck you to? This is a lineage. It's not a fan club. It's not a movement. It's not a summer camp. You can't say fuck FBA. It's saying fuck what, 50 million people? We are the second largest ethnicity in America. You can't call 50 million people, the second largest ethnicity in America, divisive. There's no difference from being Jamaican, there's a difference. There's not a difference from being Jamaican, someone claiming to be Puerto Rican, someone claiming to be Mexican, someone claiming to be white. We are a lineage. The only reason that these people think it's some kind of movement or some type of cult is because they see how well we're playing team ball. They see how well we're playing team ball. Boy, Tasha K turned around real quick with that apology. You're not just dissing the niggas out of Cali. You're not just dissing the niggas out of New York. You're dissing everybody. All of us everywhere. You can't speak down on us anymore. See, this used to be the thing. The thing used to be that people were used to seeing us, click up on streets, click up based on what state you're from. It used to be East Coast versus West Coast. Everything used to be regional. Broward County versus Dade County. North Florida versus South Florida. They're used to us being regional. This is the first time that people are seeing Black Americans group up based off of lineage.
Shout out to our good brother Hood Smart. Much love to that brother. That brother be spitting that hot die line, that fire. Shout out to Christ is a Black man as well, because this right here sent me for a loop. He said, right now, my goal is to fry this cabbage for dinner. I love it. Shout out to you, and may all your goals get accomplished, family. Shout out to you. Oh, man, I love it. Let's go here, family.
Okay, that I guess guides you to help elevate your consciousness. Here's what I would say about the FBA movement. It's no different than the KKK. Meant to divide, meant to separate you, to isolate you, to have you looking at other races that look like you and hating them for no reason. That is the same foundation and principles that the Ku Klux Klan build themselves on.
If you don't like the term FBA, cool, understandable, right? However, you are endangering the lives of Black Americans when you compare the FBA to the KKK. Show me niggas going around and burning churches down. Show me niggas going around in sheets and killing people because of the color of their fucking skin or their differences. Show me. I want you in history. Show me that. Mind you, you said different races. Those people aren't a different race. They're the same race as us. They're just different ethnic backgrounds, right? But when you're so angry, you can't think that through. This is all because people called your husband a tether or African booty scratcher. Which one was it? Regardless, they called him a name. They didn't threaten your life. They didn't threaten his life. And you're comparing Black people to the KKK? This is the type of shit that got you in trouble with Cardi B.
Absolutely. Let's go here. Shout out to my brother Brian Jehovah. Let's go here.
Kind of changed up her tune pretty quick, huh? FBA's moved too fast. I was gonna respond to the first video that she did talking crazy about FBA's, how we hate.
You know what? Before we get to my brother Brian Jehovah, let's play the apology first. Let's play the apology first. Let's go here. And I'm not going to stop and go. I'm going to let it play all the way through, and then I'll come back. Let's go here.
To anybody that felt offended by me referring to FBA as a KKK, to anybody that I've offended, I didn't mean to offend you. I don't do that. I want any and everybody to be up in here having a good time. Lately, on social media, given the Nolan Wells situation, I mean, just any and everything that has to do with our culture, our people, Blacks as a whole, for some reason, I have been dragged into these conversations. So yesterday's show, had me fired up, because to refer to my family, and I get it, everybody has, they say any and everything about my family, but to see, I guess, them say that I don't somehow care about my people because I married an African man. To refer to me and my platform, or my husband as booty scratcher. Now, he laughed about it. It's fine. But for me, I don't know, that hit different because I got a son. And to see our own Black people, like, that's cool. That's cool. So here's the thing. And everybody's entitled. But here's the thing. I didn't have to react that way, because at the end of the day, when I get up here, whether I make $1 or not, and I was unmonetized on this platform for a long time.
I know I said I wasn't going to stop, but I got to play it.
Send in the clowns.
To anybody that felt offended by me referring to FBA as a KKK, I wholeheartedly apologize. All I saw was divisiveness, and I saw a group of people attacking me, attacking my family. So I attacked back. So I'm grateful to my winos that are on the app, that are educating me, that are emailing me, that are apologizing for, I guess, a few bad actors that are out there. But when you do Google it, that's all that comes up. Divisiveness. I don't know who's representing y'all's lineage or our lineage, because I'm from America. I was born here. My mom was born here. One thing that bothers me is when I see Black on Black, like, racism. I'm completely ignorant when it comes to this movement. I just know how I felt when I was attacked, when my family was attacked, and I decided to just, here we go. I will lend my platform on Sunday. I want the people that y'all listen to, if they are true educators in this FBA lineage, I want to talk to them. There are a lot of people that are just like me, that are confused, generally confused about what this is. Please email me, unwindwithtashak@gmail.com. Let me know who are your teachers when it comes to the FBA lineage. If it's a great thing, I would love to open up my platform to educate more about it.
Okay. Let me just address some things. Let's start out with the fact that she still was comparing the lineage to organization, to movements. Notice that she did not stop doing that. So once again, she was still spitting in your face with every second that passed by. That's number one. Number two, when she talks about, well, I just knew how I felt when I got attacked. Once again, she's omitting the fact that it was one person who called her husband the scratcher of the butt, and she made it everybody's responsibility. She made it everybody's problem. When our sister was on there educating her, she had still so much to say while she was being educated on the subject. So for her to say, I want the people who teaches you all about the lineage to come on my show and we can have a discussion, hell no. You were having a discussion with one of your own fans on the phone. She told you she loved you to death, and you wouldn't shut up long enough to allow her to actually explain why what you were saying was incorrect. And don't think it went over my head that you said, if I made you feel a certain type of way, if I hurt your feelings, instead of saying, I apologize for disrespecting a whole lineage. Maybe I should have worded it a lot differently. Not maybe, I should have worded it a lot differently. But now that I'm getting more and more education on the foundational Black American lineage, I wanted to come back and let you guys know that I apologize because I targeted a whole lineage of people for something that one person said. That's an apology. Not if I offended you. You know you offended people. And you know that your apology isn't really worth shit. So no, I would never go on your broadcast That'd be like dealing with gotcha journalism. So you can control the weather. You can control the waters of the situation. Nah, if you really want to be educated, why don't you go ahead and start going through some of our archives there in the Foundational Black American Grassroots and the New Black Media. You can go through some of my archives, go through some of Black Alpha archives, DeWine B's, Jason Black, Professor Black Truth, Black Truth United. You can go through anybody's archives that's there. ZZ, you can go through, god dang, our sister Brooke. You can go through, god dang, Vicky Dillard's. There's so many people you can go through to get this type of information. Or you could just go back and study up on Dr. Claude Anderson. But for the invitation to come sit down with you, some people may want to do it. I'm not one of them. I'll tell you what, though. Black Alpha extended his invitation to you to come sit down on his broadcast. I will watch that. I would support that. As a matter of fact, he said that he wouldn't even debate you. He would just allow the family to come up and let them debate you or inform you, so that you can see that this isn't just an online thing. But as it stands, that apology, full of shit, full of crap. So full of it. So full of it that it's coming out of her eyes, her ears, her pores. And we ain't having that whatsoever. Shout out to my brother Melrose Mike in the building. Much love to you, my warrior brother. Thank you for being here, as always, my good brother. Yeah, she's trying to cash out. She's trying to, this is just a grift at this point in time, in my eyes. I'm not going to help you grift. I won't. Now, let me go ahead and hit some of these super chats before we move on. Shout out to Brian Fuller. Much love to you. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, family. She first claimed she had no idea what FBA was, and now she claims FBA has been attacking her since the beginning, right? She can't keep up with her own lies. Yeah, usually a sociopath can't. A narcissist cannot. And I believe her to be both. Shout out to our brother Tell It Like It Is once again. Thank you for your gifts. Your donation is blessed tenfold. And also thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold. And I appreciate your contribution as always, family. Tasha K is all about being messy. Nothing else. That's why she got sued. And if she ain't careful, she might just get sued again. Shout out to Brian Fuller once again. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold. Now I appreciate your contributions as always. Her lineage is uncertain. Her grandmother is Bohemian. And that's why I actually brought up the Shirley Chisholm situation that I brought up earlier when I was talking about the first couple of chapters of her book, because she's also Bohemian, and they delineated, and she was delineating in the first couple of chapters. So if her grandmother is Bohemian, then I'm pretty sure she understands what delineation is. Shout out to you. Shout out to our sister Brooklyn Queen in the building. Much love to you, my sister. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your gifts, my sister. Your donation is blessed tenfold. I appreciate your contribution as always, as well as for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate you. So, salute, fam. I heard the clip where she was stated it happened on TikTok. Yep. I played the clip here, but she brought up no screenshots or receipts. I'm down to the validity of the incident. I played the clip of my sister cut up calling her husband a scratcher of the butt, but nobody spoke about her children at all. Now that 100% I have not seen whatsoever, you know, but yeah, I quite literally played the clip that she didn't want to play, maybe because of the fact that if you heard the clip, people will start questioning her. Now let's get back over here. And I'm going to play this one more time. Shout out to Red Joker TV.
Welcome to 154, the show where we, who are part of the 54 countries of Africa, focus on one place not actually in Africa. Today we discuss foundational Black Americans. Don't move. Let's begin. Now, we could discuss the Sudan, SAF versus RSF conflict, or the Democratic Republic of the Congo, M23 and other armed groups problems, or the Sahel, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger insurgents. But instead, we will discuss why FBAs don't want us talking for them and diverting all the sweet monies to us. They need to get back in line and sleep in blissful ignorance as we take political office and bring our shanty home lifestyles to their front doors. Just tin roof and mud roads everywhere. Bushmeat wet markets on every corner. Chicago would be absolutely beautiful. It will be an Umtumbe revolution. First, we take over their music, then the entire world. Our hard work will prevail over the lazy Akatas. And when everything is said and done, finally the white man will love us and only us.
Family, like I said, shout out to Red Joker for that. That man is a beast. He is a beast, I say. Oh, man. Let's get over here to this here because Van Lathan, the Democratic Shield, went on Godfrey's show and he started, and I've seen clips here and there, but from the clips I've seen, this dude, people are playing a clip of him basically explaining why they are not Black Americans, they are American Black. And I would just say they're Nigerian Americans. But they didn't get into the other clips. So I want to get into all of these clips here. And if you give me a second to pull this up here. Let's go here.
I did the ancestry, then I hit Jomi. I'm like, look, bro, 20%. 20% Nigerian. That's a lot. Yeah. And I think just from being around his family and being around his culture, I've seen them take who they are and bring it here to America. Yeah. Jomi was born in Nigeria, but he left when he was very, very young. Yeah. So he is an American Black man, but at the same time, what orients his view of the world and his view of himself are the bonds and the cultural roots from his country.
You consider him an American Black man. You know what he just said?
I know. We gonna get there. Yeah. Go ahead. You go.
You, as an American Black man, just said, you know, he's an American Black man. Right. He was born in Nigeria. Yeah. We were both born here. Right. And sometimes we get toasted in the comments. You guys are tethers. Have you heard that one?
I have.
I don't know what the hell a tether is. I still don't get it. So, and we were born here. Right. Yeah. Crenshaw, Chicago. And
notice how they keep bringing people on and saying the same damn talking points. This is the exact, almost verbatim of what they did when they brought on Wyclef Jean. Almost verbatim. It's like they're swinging and looking for friends in the dark.
Now, the fact that you called your man. So he is. Okay. He is not a Black American. Right. He's an American Black man.
Okay.
So all of a sudden you understand that everybody's been saying the same damn thing over and over and over, and you couldn't get it through your skull. But when the Democrat shield gets up on there and say, he's not a Black American, he's an American Black, he's a melanated other, in other words. All of a sudden you can, oh, okay, all of a sudden it's clicking for you. Foundational Black Americans have said it in multiple ways. You're not foundational. You're Nigerian American. We appreciate you for being here. Well, I don't know about that anymore, but we appreciate you for your work or whatnot. But you're not one of us. We're foundational Black Americans. And you quite literally got behind the microphone and told us to eat a dick.
So what's the difference?
Yeah, how are you distinguishing the difference?
So the way I distinguish the difference is this. We're all Black.
Yep. Yes.
He is American by nationality, right?
Yes.
So that makes him an American Black man. I feel like where we trip each other up a lot of times is that when I say Black American, what I mean is that my ancestral home is South Louisiana.
Right on.
Like, that's my ancestral home.
Right on.
And Tether Godfrey knows this. Tether Godfrey knows this already. He's not explaining anything new that Tether Godfrey haven't heard. But they're acting like he's saying something that's so, wow, I've never heard it put that way before. You're so enlightening. Thank you for this education. Negro, he's saying the exact same thing we've been saying. He didn't even give you a fresh biscuit. He gave you a 3-day-old biscuit. We made those biscuits 3 days ago. He snuck one out the house and wrapped it up in plastic and gave it to you. And you're thinking you're falling all over the biscuit. We made those biscuits 3 days ago.
My lineage and my origin, as is the rest of the world's, is African. And I think there's a...
No. My lineage is foundational Black American. Everyone's origin, if you believe in the out of Africa theory, is African. Lineage, origin. Lineage, origin. Origin is original landmass, or original story, or the beginning of something. So if you want to talk about origins, and this is why when villains come around, they have a villain origin story. What was the beginning that caused you to become a villain? You don't go and ask the villain, what's your lineage what's your lineage story? They're going to look at you like, what? Well, I guess my parents moved here when I was 5 from England. And, we after that, we moved to California, and I think that's my lineage, my superhero lineage. My dad was a superhero, and his dad was a supervillain who turned my dad into a supervillain. And that makes me a supervillain because that's my lineage of my supervillain hood. No. They say, what is your origin story? What made you become a villain? So when you're speaking about origins, when you're speaking about the out of African theory, everyone's origins is Africa. But not everybody's lineage is African. It's that damn simple. I don't even understand why people act like it's tougher to understand than it gotta be. An orange comes from a tree. So the origins of that orange is that tree. An apple comes from the tree as well. But they do not come from the same damn tree. Now, can you say the origins of those fruits is a tree? Yes, absolutely. But these are two different, distinct type of fruits. Now, do they both come from a tree? Yes. But they are not the same. I don't even know a better analogy than that. Let's continue.
A lot of humanity and a lot of understanding that's to be taken from that. Yeah. It's very important that Black people know that there is a lineage and a history that predates white supremacy, that predates the invention of the word Black to describe you as Black. Right. You just have to know that, because if you don't know that, then white people invented you.
Nigga, please. Get your man.
All right. What the hell are you talking about? What in the flying muskrat cooning super duper Cartman ass super coon are you talking about? Foundational Black Americans was here before Nabisco was here. That's our story. That's our lineage. How the hell can a Nabisco create something that was already created? This is like somebody coming to me telling me that Columbus discovered America. How? When Americans was already here. Foundationals was already here. He got here and saw people here. How can he have discovered anything? That's the same logic this fool just tried to put in front of us.
And so that's not the way that it happened. As a matter of fact, it's probably more accurate that you invented them. But the reality of the situation is, as far as my culture, what I am, that was established by old Black people from South Louisiana that had to reinvent a culture on the fly in some of the harshest, most dire circumstances. Yep. I honor them by honoring their cultural technology. That's not to be different or to set myself apart from worldwide diasporic Blackness. That's not what I'm trying to do. Right. But my identity is in them, in their unique sacrifice and struggle and what they had to do.
Right. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, and like I said, I want to make sure I preface this right because I grew up in Crenshaw. I didn't have white friends.
What the hell is? I'm so irritated by this, family. I don't know. This is becoming a pet peeve for me. I was raised in Crenshaw. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does it mean to be raised in Crenshaw? I'm from California. From Watts all the way down to the South Central, it is my stomping grounds. I know what Crenshaw is. But what the hell does it mean to be raised in Crenshaw? Crenshaw is in a state. It is in a city. It's quite literally a street name. This is how you know we don't have the same culture. Nobody would say no dumb shit like that. I was raised in Crenshaw. It's stupidity. He was raised in Chicago, which is a proper sentence. I was raised in Crenshaw. That is not. Unless you're talking about some dude named Crenshaw that you're having a gay love affair with. It's almost like these two ninjas got together and they was trying to figure out an identity to give this fool. What's a real hood place that I could say I grew up on? You grew up in Chicago. You know what? You know what I hear a lot from these gangbangers? Crenshaw. Crenshaw. You could say Compton. No. Compton ain't, it's not good enough. I grew up in Crenshaw. That sounds more niggerish. Anytime somebody asks us where we grew up, make sure to say, I grew up in Crenshaw. I don't know if he went to Crenshaw High, but he said he grew up in Crenshaw. Shout out to Payroll. He said, Dago raised me. I bet you know enough about South Central that you know that nobody can be raised in Crenshaw. Shout out to Donna C. She said next he's going to be running with Ricky in Crenshaw. Ricky! Oh, family, you just got to laugh at these people. These people are so damn stupid. These people are so damn stupid. It's just crazy. Let's continue.
Right? And I didn't have, I only knew white teachers, but I didn't have white friends. And I definitely didn't have Jewish friends. And so here I am singing Michael Jackson. And I'm like, and then there was the K word. Yeah. I had no idea what that meant. Michael Jackson singing it, I'm singing it. I didn't know. And one of my teammates, you can't say that. I go, what? That's Michael Jackson. What are you talking about? You can't say that word. I'm going, what word? Like this was, I mean, college, I genuinely had no exposure to this. And I go, oh, really? Yeah. Never heard it. Never seen it. Didn't say it. Right. After that, I didn't say it. And it was, I swear, it was like my boy told me and said, you know what? I'm going to go tell the people in the music industry. Because after that, they started going, like, and if you listen to the song now, it was a thing. There's a whole thing about it, right? But I didn't know Mike had to come out and talk about it. And Mike had to come out and talk about that.
That's a slur that's rarely used because they're very protective over it. Right. That's why I wish the N-word would fly away. I wish that would go away. I wish it would. I wish we were sensitive like.
Notice you have a bunch of tethers trying to say what they wish we would stop saying and what we would stop doing as a lineage that they have no say-so over, are no ties to.
No, we don't do that. Right. Because even when I talk about the word, I don't say this, when you say tard and you say even retarded, it was like, it got everybody offended about 7-8 years ago when in comedy, be like, you said retarded. I said, but there was a comic before me that used the N-word and you didn't even flinch. Right. You didn't even say, hey, can we not use that word? I had a lady, a white lady, it's always them in comedy. They were like, oh, I said retarded. I think I was there for this. Right? You might have been. I said the word retarded. I was talking about something. She goes, hey, that's not a good word. I go, but you heard 18 times from the previous comic and you didn't flinch. But they didn't hear. Right, exactly. They bought. And she just kept going.
We sell our pain,
no doubt,
in a very direct way that other cultures don't.
Yes.
We.
In order for there to be a we, there has to be a me. And you will notice We is just me flipped upside down. So the next time you decide to make a we statement, make sure it includes me.
Just a bunch of tethers, shields, just sitting there, shooting the breeze. Family, this is what the Tetherphere is. A bunch of tethers with podcast microphones sitting behind it, just concentrating on us all damn day. That's what it is. And that's what they are. And it's pathetic. Just like Winnie the Pooh's stunt double. What's his name? Deontay Kyle. From henceforth forward, we will refer to him as Winnie the Pooh's stunt double. Everything these people are saying are pathetic. Everything that they're doing is pathetic. Let's go here. Let me pull this down for a second so I can pull up Brother the Pooh. Let's go here.
So when I speak out against FBA, it's like, oh, you don't fuck with Black Americans. Like, nigga, I am a Black American.
What the fuck do you mean, nigga?
No, I said FBA specifically. I didn't say niggas. I didn't say Black American because I say Black American.
Yeah.
This foundational shit got you niggas acting weird.
Right, because
y'all think y'all niggas to the second power or something.
Right. It because when they say it, it's not just I'm Black American who descended from Black Americans. They saying it like Black American supremacy. And it's like, that's the problem, nigga.
That's where we're
That's the problem.
All right, first and foremost, Deontay Kyle tried to do the same thing that Tasha K just tried to do, which is other foundational Black Americans from Black Americans. I say Black American because, you know, y'all. Deontay, we don't even know if you're even foundational. You have a white mother and you were adopted. So, you know, it's a stretch to even say that you're a Black American, but let's say you are. What you call yourself does not nullify what we claim and call our lineage. Because as you can see, many folks are coming over here calling themselves Black Americans, even though they know that they're not Black Americans. They did the same thing with African American. So you saying it's weird to label ourselves. Aren't you a Pan-African? Don't y'all practice Kwanzaa? Isn't one of the principles Ujikandalia or something like that? Self-determination? But when we defined ourselves, that's when there's an actual problem, huh? When we say, okay, self-determination, that's cool. We determine that we are foundational Black Americans. Now, all of a sudden, we can't have self-determination if we didn't determine to be Africans. And then this big old, big back, chunky face heifer talking about Black supremacy. I'll go down the list once again, but I don't need to. Just rewind it back to when I was asking Tasha K. At what point do you see Black Americans trying to be supreme over everybody? We didn't say we want to remove the system of white supremacy with a system of Black supremacy. We said we want to remove the system of white supremacy and replace it with a system of justice. Where is there black supremacy in that? I wasn't going to say it this time around, but Miss Niecy said it. So, hey, beluga well. Shout out to Miss Niecy. And shout out to DSB, not Chunky. Yeah, man. What else can you call it? This is the woman that goddamn Bruno Mars was singing about in that song, Chunky. I'm looking for them girls with the big old hoops. Yeah, that's the girl right there he was talking about. Let's continue.
And then the nigga that y'all listened to was like, it just said it the other day, like, oh, Donald Trump's kind of growing on me.
Oh, see.
Once again, trying to make Tariq a leader when there are people who listen to a multitude of people in the new black media. Doesn't mean any of us are any of their leaders. Doesn't mean we claim to be anybody's leaders, because we're not. You see, we know that our family are more intelligent than y'all give them credit for. They don't need a leader. They know how to make decisions on their own. All they need is the proper information so that they can make a proper decision. But that information can come from anywhere or anybody. So, you know, it just seems like it's giving envy. It's giving, and I got to put a pause on this, but it's giving penis envy. That's what it sounds like to me. To continuously bring up Tariq. It sounds like, and I've been around people who are haters. They'll see this fine ass woman with a dude that really don't look like they should be, you know, together. They're not equally yoked, so to speak. And they'll immediately start hating on the dude. Like, what that fine ass woman doing with that ugly ass man? That man, I bet you it's just a sex thing. This man, I don't know what he's doing, but it's just a sex thing. That fine ass woman should be with me. That's what the type of energy that I'm getting out of this.
Nah, nigga.
And y'all niggas like really hate immigrants. Like, y'all. And listen, here's the thing. You're not gonna come over here talking hot about my.
Who said we hate immigrants? Oh, that's right. Your paymasters. Your paymasters are the ones who told you that we hate immigrants. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me clear this up for you. We don't hate immigrants. We hate tethers. And we hate tether sympathizers. It's that simple. If an immigrant comes here and they come here legally and they work hard and stay out of our business, we'll stay out of theirs. I have several friends who are immigrants. I spoke about this several times over. One took 10 years to get nationalized. The other one took about 11 years. And one of them took like 7 to 8 years. I don't know how that happened, but she did. She got her stuff in 7 to 8 years. They all still listen to this broadcast right here. They all still rock with the new black media. Do you know why? Because they understand that we don't hate immigrants. We hate tethers. People who want to force themselves into our business, whether politically, socially, or any otherly. Let's be very clear. If you're an immigrant here doing your thing, more power to you. Especially if you staying out of our business, more power to you. Live your life. It's the second that you open up your mouth to discuss us, that's where you catch all the hell. Continue.
Culture. You're not gonna come over here talking high about my people. I'm not with that. I'm gonna defend that every day because they're my people. You talking about me at this point,
right?
But I'm also not like go back to your country, like nigga.
Be for real.
Notice how he just tried to make it appear as if he was defending us, but then he turned around and went right on over back to wagging a finger. Like nobody's gonna come over here disrespecting us, but because that's my people. You talk about me at the end of the day, but I'm also not telling people to go back to their country. Blah 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 blah. I'm telling you, man. After this, I'm gonna get you fired. I'm gonna get you fired. I'm gonna have to get you fired. I'm gonna go up to the place where I had to get my tires from last time, and I'm gonna tell them, hey, that new Michelin man that you guys hired, he out here talking reckless. I'm gonna need y'all to get him up out of here. I'm gonna need him to get ghost. The Michelin man, the one with the dreads. Because they're not locks. Those are dreads. Shout out to Payroll. Bipolar from a biracial orphan. Oh, golly, man. Shout out to you for that. Let's continue.
Handle your business.
I'm jealous that you know what country you came from.
What? Yeah, family, I'm going to call it right now. This woman's a tether. She is not a foundational. She is not a foundational. I'm going to call that right now. I'm jealous that you know what country you came from. You fat ass Diana Ross. Let me tell you something. We know what country we came from, and we know what country we built. This one. And that's why everybody mad, because they don't have the same claim to America that we have. What do you mean? They don't even know what country they're from. My grandfather is older than most of countries in Africa. Let me say that again for the people in the back of the classroom and the bootleg Timu Shaka Khan. Shout out to Och. My grandfather, born in 1935, 91 years young, is older than not all, majority of the countries in Africa. What the hell do you mean? I'm jealous of you because you know where you come from. That lost puppy syndrome that you have, you can keep to yourself. We do not share that same appreciation that you do. Continue.
Also, no matter how you arrive here and what you think about yourself, and you think you better than a nigga when you get here, you about to find out.
You got to. Real quick. You about to find out that you are just a nigga over here.
Yo, nigga wake up call is impending.
It's soon come.
I'll say you're wrong, but I also say just be patient.
Yeah, there definitely is an attitude among some immigrants that like they can come over here and just work hard. And that's the problem with Black Americans.
And these are the same people that you just a few seconds ago was talking about you're jealous of. Yeah. Hard pass. Hard decline. Decline, 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 decline. Shout out Twanies. Chucky Khan is underrated. Oh man, I love it. Shout out our sister. Nora, much love to you. Thank you for being here. My granddaddy was born in 1902. Grandma was born in 1914. And these people want us to say we don't know where we come from. Are you stupid? Not Funky Con. Not Funky Con. Oh, family. Lastly, before we get out of here. I'm going to play this all the way through, too. I'm going to play this all the way through. Let me remove this here and pull this up here. Got to talk about Kubar Vasquez, the second, third, and fourth. Because he's out here. And as y'all been noticing, he's been on a lot of different podcasts as of late. But now he's sounding more and more like a Democrat than anything. Before, he was just sounding like he was trying to protect his Pan-African scam. Now he's sounding like a Democrat put a battery in his back and put a couple of $100,000 in his pocket. Let's go here, family.
What they're doing is they're testing black people to see if we will let them put us back into slavery. Not slavery as it looked then, but slavery how they want it to look now.
Nigga, please.
I'll hold my talking. I'll hold my commentary.
All this is a big test. How far can we push Negroes? And they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Because America never intended for black people to be here long term. Abraham Lincoln was trying to get us all shipped out during the Civil War. While we were dying for him, he was trying to get one of these countries to accept us, and he was going to ship all the black people out of the country after we won the Civil War for him, but he couldn't get black leaders to co-sign on it. You are only here by an accident of the military, and that is black people saved this country. We won the Civil War for Abraham Lincoln, and that's why he couldn't ship us out. So your existence in and of itself is a crime. Being black was the crime. Cyrus was black. That's it. So even though he got shot in the back running away 110 yards from the store, Rick Child gets acquitted. The only law that matters in America is Dred Scott. You familiar with the Dred Scott case?
Type shit.
1857. A black man was taken by his slave master into a free territory.
Yeah.
He said, my slave master just took me into a free state, so guess what? I'm free. And do you know what Supreme Court Justice Roger B. Taney ruled in the Dred Scott case of 1857? Every black person needs to know Dred Scott. He said a black man was never intended by the framers of this Constitution to ever be a citizen of this country. They were brought here as slaves to work and to serve, and were never intended to benefit from the laws of this land.
I'll hold my commentary.
Carmelo was convicted on Dred Scott, and Cyrus's killer got away off of Dred Scott. And if you think I'm exaggerating, there was a state legislator in one of the southern states, Tennessee or South Carolina. Guess what he said a few weeks ago? This white man on TV. An elected official said, I want the Supreme Court to revisit the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment, it was made us citizens. He said he wants the Supreme Court to revisit the 14th Amendment. And I'm assuming to see if black people have an automatic right of being citizens when they're born in this country. When I tell you they want to put you back in slavery, they want to put you back in slavery.
They're going to put y'all back in chains. Isn't that what Joe Biden said? All right. Let's start out here. Kubar. And I want to make sure you understand this because I don't know what kind of African drugs you've been taking. I know someone told me that the drugs over there are stronger over there. than the drugs here for some reason. I think it's because the drugs that they use over there in Africa is made from hyena poop or something like that. But I'll speak slowly for you so you can understand. You brought up Dred Scott. And you brought up the ruling. But you did not put the ruling in its context. The 14th Amendment did not give us citizenship. It enforced citizenship. There was already free blacks who were voting and holding office during the time of Dred Scott. The 14th Amendment nullified that Dred Scott decision. That was the whole point of the 14th Amendment, Kubar. It was to nullify the Dred Scott decision. That's it. That's all. It's not there to give A, B, and C citizenship. It was to nullify the bull crap decision that the Supreme Court came down with that basically said that white men didn't have to respect our citizenship. That's why they said there is no rights that a white man is bound to respect with the Negro. It wasn't about whether or not we were citizens. It was about whether or not we were being treated as citizens. If we had the right to be treated the way we're supposed to be treated. So the framers of the 14th Amendment said, you know what? Let me go ahead and enshrine this into the Constitution. And when they're talking about revisiting the Constitution, the 14th Amendment, they're talking about making sure that any Matumbo, Juan, Jorge, or Dinesh Vivek can come over to this land and utilize that to gain citizenship. As they should. They cannot remove that amendment. All they can do is amend that amendment. And when amending that amendment, 9 times out of the 10, what they would do is basically just put the words in that this does not stipulate any persons born here is subject to the jurisdiction thereof, especially if they're invaders. Because like I said, I don't think that they would change it too much, because then they would have to take away the same rights that they gave to the corporations within that whole Citizens United case, where basically the courts gave corporations basically human status and the power to put money behind politicians. Lastly, the system of white supremacy is the reason why Cyrus was unalived, and the system of white supremacy is the reason why Carmelo Anthony, free Carmelo, is sitting behind bars right now. We're fighting that system regardless of what that system wants. And that's how we can change things all throughout the Americas. Let me be very clear. We didn't pack up and leave and go anywhere else because we didn't like the fact that the system wasn't working for us, like you're trying to get us to do, like the Africans did, like the Caribbeans did, like everybody who came to America did. I wouldn't give a damn if the system wanted to put us back in chains or not. I'm here to fight it. I'm here to fight the system of injustice and replace it with a system of justice. I'm here to fight the white supremacists, the tethers, and anything else that comes along that's trying to stop me from removing that system of injustice and replace it with a system of justice. I wouldn't give a damn what the intentions are. You can keep your damn intentions for all I give a damn. All I know is that I'm here to fight, not flee. And that in itself makes me the best version of an American. You know that word that you want to move away from? The word that you don't like us saying? We're foundational Black Americans, not Africans. In the very same way that you went to those Haitians and called them African Haitians. And they said, who the hell is this man talking to? We ain't no goddamn Africans. We're telling you, we ain't no damn Africans. We are the builders, the movers, and the shakers. Everybody else come to where the builders, movers, and shakers moved, built, and shaked. Shook. We'll end there, family. We'll end there here today. I just wanted to show you what was going on in the Tetherphere. These tethers cannot get us off their minds. We live rent-free, and I'm telling you, if I'd have known that I could live rent-free in these people's head, I wouldn't be paying the mortgage. It just wouldn't be worth it, you know. I'm paying here, but I could be living there free. A B1 salute to Dread Fox in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for your your gift. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family, as well as my good brother Tell It Like It Is in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your contribution. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. For a people who claim to be so educated, they sure play dumb when it comes to accountability for what they say and do. You are absolutely correct, family. So educated, right? Even though they come here to be educated, but they're so educated, they just, just can't see. They're so smart, they're stupid, huh? Shout out to you, family. Much love. A B1 salute to our sister, Mrs. TT, for both of your gifts. Your donations are blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. And a B1 salute to our good brother, Tobias Judah, in the building. Much love to you, my warrior brother, and thank you for your contributions as always, and thank you for being here. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate all that you do, warrior brother. Family, and shout out to my sister Mia Kim. I see you just jumped on in. as well as Tiffany Jackson and anybody else that jumped in that I wasn't able to catch. Things was moving a little bit quicker here today. Shout out to each and every one of you. Let me thank all of you for being here. But let me also say this before we get up out of here. Family, these folks cannot breathe without you. You are the air that makes their lungs go in and out, in and out, in and out. And the second that you take your air away from them, they be crashing out, holding their neck, holding their chest. This is the, oh my God, Elizabeth, this is the big one. This is the big one. I love it. I want y'all to continue doing what you do. Keep on waking people up. Keep on bringing people to this side of foundational Black America. Because they're still foundationals. A lot of people that listen to these people are foundationals. But they also aren't taking any disrespect from anybody. If you would have just kept your damn mouth closed, you wouldn't have lost 30,000 subs, Tasha K, allegedly. If you'd have kept your damn mouth closed, your school wouldn't be under scrutiny, would it, Dr. Kubar? If you'd have kept your damn mouth closed, you would still be, accepted into the foundational Black American community. Now, ain't that right, Godfrey? If you'd have kept your damn mouth closed, you would have still had a job as the Michelin Man replacement. Ain't that right, Deontay Kyle? When are you people going to get it? Just keep your damn mouth closed when it comes to foundational Black Americans. If you don't have anything positive to say, then don't say it. If you have someone to address that person as an individual. Do not, and I repeat, do not mention us as anything other than a lineage. And do not try to hold us accountable for the action of one if you do not want to be held accountable for your own actions. With that being said, family and friends, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please hit that like and share button as well as the hype button if you're catching this on the replay so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations, family. We know what's going on. They know what's going on. No apologies will be accepted, especially any inauthentic apologies, because guess what? As you stated, as you so elegantly stated, Tasha, I need you to remind yourself that you said what you said, whether we agree or disagree. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here, my mods, my members, everybody that donated by Cash App or Super Chat or anywhere else. I would like to thank you all for being the foundationals that the world needed to see. But even more so, the foundationals that the white supremacists and all the tethers and the tether escorts needed to see. With that being said, family, I want you all to stay safe, stay Black. Most importantly, stay foundational. Something these folks can't do. You know what? Let me drop that link again. Let me drop that link again to our good brother Chris's, Mr. Chris's radio broadcast that we did yesterday. All right. So there is the website to the broadcast that we did yesterday, myself and Mr. Chris. And shout out to Mr. Chris and Nice Radio Network. Check it out when you guys get a chance, family. The doors of the church are now closed. Absolutely. And keep those power tools at the ready. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. So fuck everybody. I'm out.